Good morning. Today is Tuesday, October 31st, and finally we are into the last trading day for the month of October, and the time right now is 8:02 in the morning. Overnight, we see a bounce in equity markets, and this is no surprising because earning reports came in strong, and this caused the market to rebound off Friday's low in the Dow Jones from 32,327.2 to a high this morning at, let me see what the high is. It's just above the 33,000 level at 33,002. Okay, we can see that this price is actually marginally within a bracket of prices which previously shown that the market has actually some kind of a selling interest. The level is 33,000 to 33,272, as you can see in this bracket over here. So there's a good chance market may actually slide back. However, we will have to see how the other equity index will perform, because I think the market right now is not so much on the tech stocks right now. We will have to see how the market is behaving. So overnight, we can see that the S&P 500 is also rebounding from a low last Friday at 4,103.8, and we have a high here at 4,177.47 overnight, and this leave a little bit more room to the upside in my opinion, because the market here bounce is actually quite shallow relative to what we are seeing in the Dow. So typically I think the market would have enough room to actually challenge the 4,220 levels to 4,260 levels over time. So, but we have to see what happens, because tonight, tonight is the start of the two-day FOMC meeting, and this will lead into tomorrow in the wee hours of the morning on Thursday morning Singapore time at 3 a.m., whereby the Fed chairman is going to come out during the press conference to tell us what they are thinking. The Fed has been relatively hawkish, and we want to see the language that he used to see if he actually has changed his mind in view of the rising tension in the Middle East, which could actually tank global economy. So we want to see what kind of message he is trying to convey to us. That will be happening on Thursday morning at 3 a.m. Singapore time. And over in the Nasdaq, this Nasdaq 100, we can see that the bounce has actually completed a three-wave rally, and the high traded overnight was at 14,476.25, and this is not even enough to equality level, which is currently at 14,500. So even if the market can actually hit this price, we will have to see whether it have enough strength to actually extend higher. If it can, then I think the next level to watch out for will be 14,700 to 14,800 levels. By and large, the market has been pretty weak, especially during the in the tech stocks space. And in the Asia, we can see the Nikkei actually came off last night. Although the market was closed in Tokyo, there is a equivalent Nikkei futures contract traded in the CME, and that actually came off on the back of a Nippon Shimbun, or rather a Nikkei Shimbun. Was it Nikkei? I think Nikkei, which is a newspaper that came out with a news report that said that the Bank of Japan, or BOJ, is actually looking, or rather discussing, the possibility of tweaking their monetary policy, which has remained unchanged since 2006 at negative 0.1%. So this actually caused the market to come off last night in Chicago. So we will see whether there's going to be any spillover effect in Tokyo this morning. Okay. Over in Hong Kong, we can see that the Hang Seng Index has done a three-wave rally, and it has hit equality level, or almost hit equality level. The equality level is at 17,599 in the futures contract. The high traded last night was at 17,590. But this is good enough, because I think the market here has also hit a pocket of prices which are previously shown to have some kind of selling interest. That level is 17,562 to 17,611. So very good chance the market may actually continue to resume its downtrend from here onwards. And over in the dollar, we can see that the dollar actually pulled back overnight because the tension in the Middle East was not as grave as market was fearing. So there was this pullback in the dollar from 106.89 last week to as low as last night low at 106.06. And this could actually lay the ground for further losses. In my opinion, if the market there, the dollar index actually pull back even further, that would be even better, because the dollar looks like a long-term buy to me. And if the market can go down to 105.36 to 105.53 in the futures contract traded on ICE, which is the Intercontinental Exchange, that will be a godsend, because I think overall the dollar will remain buoyant going into the end of the year. Okay, and over in the euro dollar, we see a bit of a bounce in the euro dollar, because the dollar has been sliding, and overnight overnight highs 106.25. This could actually lay the groundwork for further rise in the euro dollars, assuming the dollar index continue to slide. Now, this rebound happens on the back of a drop last Thursday to as low as 105.21, which is just marginally below this bracket of prices we have shown to have some kind of buying interest, and that level is 105.23 to 105.48. So the low here at 105.21 was only marginally below, and you can see the market actually kick higher, and there's a very good chance market may retest the 106.68 to 106.95 level over time. Sterling did a three-wave rebound, okay, to a high of 121.75 overnight, and this could actually be the end of it, or possibly maybe seeing another extent, maybe a little bit higher towards the 121.83 to 122.06 level. So by and large, I do expect the sterling to resume the downtrend over time. Aussie has a very robust rebound last night from a low of 0.6270 all the way to 0.6384, and this is also within a bracket of prices we have previously shown to have some kind of selling interest here. That level is 0.6378 to 0.64 even. So by and large, I do expect these prices to actually hold, but possibly we may see a pullback this morning. Now, the surprising move was actually in dollar yen. The same news article that caused the Nikkei 225 to actually fall in Chicago was also the same news that caused dollar yen to come off, because if they tweak their monetary policy, I'm talking about the Bank of Japan, then that should be bullish for the yen. So we can see the yen actually strengthened overnight. Dollar yen actually dipped to as low as 148.80. Okay, by the time I went to bed, the market was at 149 even. So this morning I see that it has a marginal low, but the second prices here is very sensitive to this leg here at 148.74, which was the low traded on October 17. So we want to see how market reacts. If the market actually goes below this level and stay below this level on a close to close basis, that will open up the prospect of another dip to 147.27. Okay, so do watch out. Upside, I think the market will be controlled at 149.56 to 149.86. So this is not 56, this is 86. Let me do the amendment here. This is 86. So do look out for some kind of cap around here, okay? And all over in dollar Canadian, this one has become very, very well beat. Although price did pull back a little bit from a high of 138.80 that we saw last Friday. I think by and large, this area between 138 to 138.40 is going to be an area of buying interest. There's a good chance the market may spike even higher to 140 to even as high as 141 over time. So I think there's enough wiggle room here to actually position long. Staying long dollar is probably what I will do for the rest of this year, okay? Because I think the dollar is a haven currencies, and considering what's really happening around the world, I think it is a safe bet to actually hold dollar rather than other currencies. And over in the gold market, we can see this is another prospect that I also looking to hold. And overnight, we can see a high of $2,009.57. And this high is actually traded on, surprisingly, it was traded on a Saturday. Okay, so we can see that prices has actually rallied, because this was actually on the back of the news that the Israel has actually launched the ground offensive, but however, it wasn't as feared, so the market actually retraced back a little bit. But by and large, this market is very, very, very bullish. If there's going to be any further pullback, I would suspect somewhere around $1,977 to $1,985. It's going to be where I think it will hold. There's a very good prospect that the last week high will be blown away. The next target will be $2,039 to $2,053. So there is going to be a lot of room to the upside. Okay, and silver actually outperformed gold here last night. We can see the market actually went up to a high of $23.60, but it also hit a pocket of resistance here at $23.39 to $23.64. If it cannot sustain, then I think it will pull back. And if it does pull back, this could be a great area to position long at $22.36 to $22.51, because I think the potential for precious metal complex as a whole is actually quite bright. And over in crude oil, we can see crude oil actually take a dip. The much feared ground offensive by Israel was seen by trader to be less dramatic. So if crude oil prices continue to slide, there's a good chance immediate area of support is probably around $79.30 to $80.80 in the WTI. So actually I do have even more optimistic outlook in the sense that I do want to buy sub $76. If the market can come down to anywhere around sub $76, that will be even better for me. But in the meantime, this is all I can see for the time being. Okay. And over in the Bitcoin, we can see Bitcoin has been staging a dramatic rally. In fact, based on where the market opened at the beginning of the year at 35,000, this market has actually doubled in value. So we can see since the outbreak of the war in the Middle East, we can see Bitcoin has actually staged a dramatic rally. On top of that, we also have excitement among market traders of a imminent approval of a spot BTC ETF license by some 10 applicants. So I think the market right now is looking forward to that eventuality. Market analysts suggest that we could see an approval before January of 2024. So the market is pretty excited right now. So that underpin the market. And if the market do pull back, there's a good possibility we may see a three-way pullback to somewhere around $32,650 to $33,140. So if the market do pull back into this bracket of prices, take the opportunity to buy because the upside potential is all the way to 38,000, perhaps even as 40,000. Okay, so there is definitely one more leg up that's missing. I think once this market finish this last leg up, we will see a more pronounced correction. Okay, again, but by and large, I think Bitcoin may have already turned the corner. So going into 2024, we could see even better performance going forward. So this is all my 2 cents worth for today. In the meantime, you take care, and I come back to you tomorrow with another update. Bye-bye. Take care.